Well, good morning, my fellow Zenites. Did you check your Pzen wallet balance this morning with your coffee? Now, money, Luca, Dosh, we all want more of it, right? And so I thought I'd start off this Sunday morning with a bit of advice. And yes, it is financial advice. Now, why is it that all the YouTube gurus always start off by saying, well, this is not financial advice? Well, the real reason that they are saying that is because if you take their advice and you subsequently get wrecked, then they can say, well, I told you it wasn't financial advice. The biggest problem in crypto right now is YouTube influencers. You see, everybody now thinks that they can become a lawyer or a private investigator or a financial advisor or a crypto guru just because they have an audience. And I'm here to tell you that that is very, very dangerous. The artificial intelligence aspect of the algorithms that serve you up the information on social media. First of all, intelligence doesn't exist. It is artificial. And what happens is you type in a search term. Let's say you want to look at Dodeca. Is Dodeca a scam? Well, it was. Is Pzen a scam? And you'll find information that fits your narrative, even though it's incorrect. And the algorithm then starts showing you more and more of the same content, and you build up a very, very false worldview of what is reality. And this is extremely dangerous. Now, before I go on, because I do have something very important to say, can you just put a 1 in the chat if anybody's watching right now? Could you just put a 1 in the comments to let me know that you can actually hear me this morning? I'll just wait for a second. Just been watching a whale actually in the bay. Very, very interesting this morning. Oh, there are a few people here. Good morning to you. Can somebody put a 1 in the chat to make sure that you can actually hear me? Getting a few comments, but nobody's putting a 1, so maybe I should stop talking. For sure. Oh, whale has just gone around the bay again. Amazing. So, you know, the thing about it is, it's very dangerous to listen to all these YouTube gurus. I'll give you some examples. Ben Armstrong goes the moniker Big Boy Crypto. Very nice chap, I'm sure. But as far as being a financial advisor in crypto is concerned, well, you know, he has been on camera on his own stream just recently saying, oh, look, guys, I shilled you some tokens and, you know, they turn out to be rug pulled. Boo hoo. I'm so sorry for doing that. as if an apology of wrecking people's lives gives him the right to continue on telling people his nonsense and saying, oh, look, this is how you trade cryptocurrencies. My mind is blown by the fact that he has 1.5 million people taking his advice. Watch him for entertainment value if you want, but taking advice from a guru is on you. That is why they always say this is not financial advice. Look, even people like Lark Davis allegedly were shilling tokens where they'd been given a pre-allocation. People like Coin Bureau, who I have the utmost respect for. He is a British guy of my heritage, and allegedly he has also taken payment for shilling on his channel. Now, whether that's true or not, I don't know. I don't have any evidence, but other people seem to have. So be very, very careful out there. Look, there is only one secret to getting wealthy in crypto, and I'm going to show you exactly what this is. If you just bear with me.
If there is one thing that I could change about the education curriculum, it would be to add the teaching of the power of compound interest from the age of 5. Let me show you the power of compound interest by retelling the fable of the king of Ambalapoosa. He liked to play chess, and every so often he would invite people to play against him. One day a venerable sage appeared, and the king asked him, "If you win, how should I pay you?" And the venerable sage said, "Well, sire, I would like to be paid in Pzen, and if you just give me 1 Pzen doubled on each square, then that will be my prize." So the king tried this out for himself, and from his bag of Pzen, he placed 1 Pzen on square 1, he placed 2 on square 2, 4 on 3, and 8 on 4. And he thought to himself, well, if I lose, it's not going to cost me that much. So he agreed to the terms, and they started to play. Well, lo and behold, the venerable sage played exceptionally well, and he won their game. And true to his word, the king decreed that the bag of Pzen be brought out, and he started to count them out onto the board in accordance with the sage's wishes. He was shocked when he got to the 12th square and had to count out 2,048 Pzen. When he got to the 30th square, it was even more shocking because he had to count out 536 million Pzen. And by the time he got to the 40th square, it was 550 billion Pzen. And on the last square, the 64th square, he had to count out 9,220,000 trillion Pzen. The total was 18,500,000 trillion Pzen. So the moral of the story is this: time and compound interest are your friend. Remembering your rewards in Pzen are compounded every day, so long as you hodl and allow it to accumulate over a period of time. 2, 3, 5, 10 years from now, you will have generational wealth. I'm Conrad Zen, advocating the opportunity that is Pzen.
So this is the first part of the secret, to understand the power of compound interest, which Pzen does on steroids. Even Warren Buffett has said that compounding interest is the 8th wonder of the world, and it is his favorite investing strategy: time and compound interest. But here's the other part of the secret. Look, it doesn't matter where you are right now on the wealth scale. It doesn't matter how much you're earning right now as a wage earner. This is what you must do. Every week or every month, whenever you get paid, you must simply take 10% and pay yourself first. You've heard all this advice before, I am sure, but this is absolutely vital. And it takes willpower, it takes discipline, it takes a leap of faith. But I guarantee you, if you do this, you will make a difference to your financial future. You take 10% and you put all of that 10% and you back one protocol in crypto. Crypto is the highest appreciating asset class that there has ever been. And you need to just get yourself educated. Now with Pzen, you've seen what the protocol can do, and you can see what the promise is. And if you take 10% of your wage and religiously, every single week or month, whenever it is that you get paid, put it into Pzen, might be a good idea. And I have to say, this is not financial advice, because financial advice is very personal to your own circumstances. And I don't know what everybody's individual circumstance it is. So all I can do is give you a generalization and an idea of how it is that people before you have become wealthy. Look, I've been preaching about cryptocurrency since I first read the white paper of Bitcoin in 2008. It caught my imagination, and I've been caught up in this game ever since. And all I've ever done is try to explain in very simple terms exactly what crypto is, what the promise and the premise of decentralized finance is, in the hope that everybody can partake and understand there is a new digital networked economy that everybody can be part of that could change your financial future forever. I know that I have made many, many millionaires throughout the 14 years that I've been talking about crypto. So I would never purport to be a guru. I am not. But what I am is the truth in crypto, the truth in DeFi. If you keep watching me, if you subscribe to my channel, if you follow me on Twitter, you're going to be getting the information that you need in order to change your financial future. Of that, there is no doubt. So, those are the two secrets to getting wealthy. Take 10% of your income, dollar cost average in to the protocol of choice. Please understand, there are 22,000 cryptocurrencies out there, and you have to be very careful about where you put your money. So, I've been on a lot of spaces this week talking about all the shenanigans that have gone on in centralized finance. Don't forget, everything that's happened, everything that's collapsed is centralized finance. And what is centralized finance? Well, basically, it's traditional finance being applied to digital currencies, which is madness because they are stealing your money in the same ways as traditional finance scammers did. Look, there's no wonder that over the past few weeks, the names of Bernie Madoff have cropped up, Enron, Lehman Brothers, Ponzi schemes. All of this happens in the traditional finance world and is being replicated in centralized finance, applying the same scammy techniques to steal your money. You must understand there is a huge world of difference between centralized finance and decentralized finance. Decentralized finance means there is nobody in charge. There's no company. When you hold Pzen, for example, you're not investing in a company. You don't hold shares. You don't hold stock. In fact, you don't actually hold anything. Do you realize that you don't actually hold Pzen? What you do hold is your private key in your wallet, which should be a hardware wallet, by the way, because all tokens exist and are held in one place only, on the blockchain. They don't actually belong to you. You have access to buy and sell and transfer the tokens that are associated with your private key. So, for example, Pzen, will live on the blockchain forever. And also, it's immutable code. The code can't be changed. Nobody can stop Pzen because nobody can stop the blockchain. Please understand this. The whole promise and the premise of decentralized finance was to give you an alternative economy, a way of storing your hard-earned cash immutably, permissionlessly, trustlessly, and censorship resistant. That is the whole promise of this. And as we go forward, all these centralized finance guys will be regulated. I would like them regulated out of existence. But unfortunately, we still need a function of centralized finance right now, and that is an on and off ramp for our fiat currencies. As we move along in the crypto game, that will change. The laws that are blocking us from having mass adoption of decentralized finance will actually disappear. Why? Because the people will make it so. Also, they're all going to get much more educated because in 2 to 3 years' time, every single person in the United States will be using a digital currency. The central bank digital currency, the digital dollar, is coming. It is a priority of the Biden administration. And it's got nothing to do with economics. Well, not your personal finance. It's everything to do with trying to beat China, because China is already 20 years ahead of the United States, and they are extremely worried that the dollar is going to lose its status as the reserve currency of the world. And that's exactly what China is aiming for with the mass adoption of their digital yuan, which they have foisted on their own population, and they're being forced to use it. But they are not the only ones. For example, there's over 200 projects on the go right now. All of the European countries are experimenting with it. It will become a reality. Nigeria just 2 days ago introduced their digital currency, and they are forcing the population to adopt it by telling the central banks to limit the amount of cash withdrawals from the banks in every single ATM. Yes, they have the power to do that. If you don't think that's coming to your free democracy of the United States, you're in denial. You're in cloud cuckoo land. It's coming. It's going to be in your life. There's nothing you can do to stop it, except you can choose to opt out and join the decentralized, not under the control of the government, financial system that is DeFi. And in particular, of course, I'm an evangelist for Pulse-Zen. I am invested heavily in Pulse-Zen, of course I am, and I am going to make sure that the word gets out to as many people as possible. Don't forget, I've been doing this for 14 years. I think I am probably the smartest person in crypto. Now, I say that because of this reason. I know that I don't know everything. But what I do know is Pulsen just does what it says it's going to do on the tin, and it cannot be stopped. And once people realize the power of compounding rewards, there will be a snowball effect. Look, we're very early on to this game. It was a very soft launch. We are a nascent, growing community. And it's up to all of you. There's just one of me. There's over 2,000 now of you. That could be telling people about the opportunity that is Pulse-Zen. That is a much more powerful marketing tool than anybody spending any amount of money on any other form of marketing. Word of mouth marketing is the absolute key to getting people into the opportunity that is Pulse-Zen. Now, on that very vein, some members have taken initiatives already. I know that there are some very interesting initiatives going on right now from the community. One of those is promoting Pulse-Zen and the opportunity in a virtual world. The virtual world I'm talking about, of course, is Second Life. Somebody has already created an entire world centered around Pzen and the economy that is Pzen. And of course, Pzen as a utility token can be used to actually buy things for real. The future is looking extremely bright for the Pzen economy. The future is looking extremely bright for those of you who have already opted in to this new digital networked economy. And so we have a fantastic future going forward. It's certainly bright, metaphorically speaking. That's my rant for this morning. Let's see if anybody's joined us this morning. Let me see. Oh, there's a few people here this morning. Good morning, Music Therapy. How are you? Love the title, by the way. Perhaps you'd like to expand more on that. Join a Twitter space that's coming up and let us know what Music Therapy is all about. People don't know Pzen and the potential. Well, if you do, and of course the vast majority don't, it's up to you to tell them. Red Hulk was very kind to say, yes, he could hear me. Black Eagle says, smash the like, friends. I would agree with that sentiment exactly. So, listen, much more content is now appearing from other content creators who are far more elegant and clever than me. Go and watch them. Go and subscribe. Go and tell everybody about them. We have a live 24-hour radio stream of some Zen music to watch your Pzen grow. And we also have the initiative that's going on right now, which I can't quite talk about yet. But there's a lot of exciting stuff going on in the background. I'm going to be on Twitter much more. Twitter spaces seem to be the thing, although the technology is basically rubbish. Maybe it'll improve with time. But I've had some very interesting discussions this week. And it just blows my mind that people today, 14 years on for Bitcoin, there are still some people who have never even heard the word Bitcoin. And those that have, the majority of them don't even understand what Bitcoin is, and they certainly don't understand the opportunity that is decentralized finance. But we are getting the word out there. Look, Pzen itself is less than 3 months old. It's less than 3 months old, and it just continues to do exactly what it says. Every single transaction, your wallet balance goes up. Even whilst I've been speaking on this short broadcast, pretty sure that your Pzen wallets actually went up. Don't forget, of course, there is a lag in displaying that in your MetaMask wallet. There's a lag on Etherscan as well. That's just the way it works, unfortunately. But it's always going to be there because the code is immutable. Can't be changed. It just does what it says for everybody. Do we have any questions before I wrap up my coffee morning rant? I know this is a very ungodly hour for those of you in the States. It's pretty early on a Sunday morning. But you can always watch the replay. And to my replay viewers, you are not forgotten. I thank you very much for taking the time out of your day to actually join in and watch my morning rant. Also, there's some links below the description here of some very important information. Tells you how to join Second Life, for example. I've got the Biden executive order, a link to it, so you can see exactly what is going on there and how their efforts to create the digital currency have been accelerated by 10,000% and how it's all going to affect you. And I've also put the video to the truth about what happened with FTX, what happened with 3AC, what happened with Gemini, what's happening with Genesis, what is happening with the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. If you're interested in that sort of thing, go and watch that video, because I've told you exactly the timeline of what happened and the players that are involved. These people will probably end up in jail, and so they should, because they are scammers. DeFi is trustless. You interact with the code. You're not trusting any third party. Any questions before I rush off and start my whale watching again? Agenda 69, Slantibar to you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining. Nice to see you. Okay, I'm going to hop off now, and I will see you in the next live broadcast. Watch out for the Twitter space, by the way. I'd love to have you all in the Twitter space asking questions. It doesn't have to be about Pzen. It can be about crypto in general. decentralized finance in general, or anything else that actually takes your fancy. If you have something interesting to say, I'm sure everybody would be interested to listen. I'm Conrad Pzen, former Bitcoin Foundation member, and now evangelist and provocateur for Pulse Zen. Stanji var, everybody. Thank you.